Hello everyone and welcome to another live from the workshop. So today I'm going to be making the alternate Ninth Doctor scene in the now regarded as non-canon, or at least personally by me anyway, Scream of the Shalka. This was a BBC internet-based flash animation that was intended to revive the series back in 2003. However, unfortunately, by that time, the BBC had already commissioned the revival of the series, and so it was relegated to sort of the unbound canon, as it were, of an alternate Ninth Doctor. However, the Ninth Doctor appearing was played by Richard E. Grant. It's very good. If you haven't checked out Scream the Shalka, I urge you to do so. It would have been, I think, a very great series. As much as I love the series that we have now, it certainly would have been interesting, and I know many people have tried to rectify Scream of the Shalka as a future incarnation. It's certainly an interesting theory. I'm not sure I subscribe to it myself, but it is definitely one that is out there. However, I always thought it would have been great to have seen a figure of him, so I have decided to have a go myself. So for this, what I'm using is basically a Marcus Scarman figure from the Pyramid of Mars set, with a Third Doctor cloak overall, and then for the hair I have just sculpted some of the hair myself, and I'm going to have a go at sculpting on some sideburns as well. So that's what I'm going to go on to first, and second up will be the painting. And here is my finished Shalka Doctor. So, to give you a rundown of it overall, it is simply a Marcus Scarman figure with a third Doctor cloak. And that's it, basically. All I've done is re-sculpted on some hair and added small details like buttons and a chain, and obviously repainted it. But that is really it. All I've done, the other thing I've done is I've removed Marcus Scarman's jacket, and I have just replaced that with the third Doctor cloak. Obviously, the reason that I've done this is simply one of, first of all, to get the undercoat looking correctly, and also because the under jacket, it just didn't fit properly with the top of the cloak when I was doing when I was testing it. So it seemed best to work this way. So I'm very happy with how the paintwork's come out on this, and obviously the back of the cloak. I haven't modelled any more on the back of the cloak. I've literally just painted it as standard and gone over, and then I've also repainted the collar. The head, as I said, I've sculpted on some of the hair at the front and sideburns, and obviously the back. It's still something that I'm not overly used to doing, so it's not perfect, but it's good enough for how I like it. The chain is actually from a very old box of things. It's worth pointing out for me to say, I don't actually know how old this chain is. It could be over sort of 30 years old, because it actually came from a box of model railway things given to me by my granddaddy. He had whole boxes of spares and things like that, and I've had this chain hanging around at the bottom for ages. I never found a use for it, but I always kept it round. So it's nice to have finally found a use for it and put it to good use for something. It's a little bit rough where I've had to glue it on, but it was the best that I could do for my, for the way I could do it with hot glue. There probably are better ways of gluing it on. I might go back and do it in future. I apologise if the figure's wobbling a bit. I'm having to stick my backing sheet back up. But yeah, overall, I'm really pleased with how this has turned out, and it's a great figure. I've decided as well to do the collar folded down. Obviously, he does have his collar folded up. I tried to do off camera some tests on freehand modelling that, and also using paper templates, but it just didn't work, and I didn't want to waste any more milliput than I already had onto that, so I decided just to leave it folded down. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's come out. It's a great representation. I may well do the master at some point as well, but for now I have just done the Shalka Doctor. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot, and I will see you all with another video very soon.